Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm reviewing Star Wars Bad Batch Season 1, which head writer Jennifer Corbett, supervising director Brad Raw, and story editor Matt Michnovitz. It was created by Dave Filoni, and each episode was written and directed by numerous writers and directors. And the series stars D. Bradley Baker as the voice of the Bad Batch. And it was 16 episodes and came out in between May 4th, 2021 and August 13th, 2021. So yeah, I really enjoyed the first season. When the show was first announced, I was kind of like, whatever, wouldn't have been my first choice for next animated series because, I didn't absolutely love the Bad Batch's characters in the Clone Wars arc. Thought they were fun, but not characters I would like to see them lead a series. Maybe it's characters that would have appeared every once in a while during a show set in the time what the Bad Batch ended up being set in. But I was completely wrong in thinking that I wrote through the first 3 episodes, but honestly, just through that first episode, I already liked the Bad Batch a lot more as characters. Definitely helped the new character Omega. I really liked her from the get-go also. And she's kind of, along with Hunter, are kind of the main characters of the show, at least for this season. But just throughout the season, I just really grew to really love the Bad Batch. So much so that even in the 11th episode of the season, Devil's Deal, they weren't in it a whole lot. And when I rewatched all the episodes before, the finale, and that episode I definitely enjoyed a lot more, but when I first watched it, I kind of didn't like it as much because they weren't in it a whole lot. They're only in one scene, and the main character in that episode is Hera Syndulla, who's one of the main characters of Rebels, and I love Hera and whatnot, but I was upset that the Bad Batch weren't in it, and it really shows how much I really grew to really love these characters. In fact, I'm now a little sad that I'll have to wait till next year to see them again. What I felt was the strongest part of this season was the characters of the Bad Batch, Hunter, Wrecker, Tech, Echo, Crosshair, Omega, along with some of the other characters like Sid and Rampart and several other characters. I thought were the strongest part of the season. Just seeing how their relationships, definitely between Hunter and Omega, grew throughout the season. I will say Echo and Tech were kind of under developed this season. Felt like there could have been more, but in the second season, I feel like we can. At least I hope in the second season we get a little bit more from them. They're kind of just there in a lot of moments. Kind of just used for one type of thing. Echo is usually kind of like not trusting Sid or something along those lines, and Tech was just there to do smart stuff and make smart ass comments when the others wouldn't catch on to his vague comments about stuff, thinking that they would just knew what he was talking about, even though he was being vague about it. But I really enjoyed those moments, but I hope we get a little bit more out of those two characters in the future. But Crosshair, I really liked how he grew as a villain character along with Rampart. I really liked seeing a Imperial officer who's 100% competent. Isn't a fool at moments, because there are a lot of the Imperial officers are shown to be fools a lot, but he was the farthest thing from a fool. So I really enjoyed that, and Sid also was a fun character. I enjoyed the episode Common Ground, when her and Omega kind of see their relationship grow. I hope we see her relationship with the Bad Batch grow more in the second season also. But I just really liked all the characters in this season, and how they how some of them, how their relationship grew, and just how definitely the Bad Batch as a whole learned this new way of life for them. I really enjoyed all that. I didn't really mention Wrecker a whole lot, but I enjoyed him. I felt like the first half of the season, he definitely had a lot more. The second half, he kind of was more into the Tech and Echo kind of side of characters, kind of there doing stuff. Obviously, he kind of talks a lot more because he's got a lot more, I guess he's a lot more vocal, I guess. Obviously, he says a lot of stuff. A lot of one-liners, I guess. But kind of leads into my next moment, which is about something I was kind of surprised by how much I enjoyed, was the comedic moments. There's several times during several of the episodes, pretty much most of the episodes that weren't, the more serious episodes. Obviously, the episodes were serious, but just the episodes that were like extremely serious. I guess there's several moments where I was laughing out loud at some of the more comedic moments. But what I really enjoyed about them was how seamless they were. Never really felt like they were going out of their way to tell a joke, I guess. Obviously that's not I'm not dissing movies or shows that do that. I enjoy that also, but I definitely enjoyed how the humor worked in this series, in this season. So yeah, but it just was surprising how much comedic moments there were, and how much I quite enjoyed them. But I guess also my next thing, I'm talking about the animation visuals, which were the best out of any of the animated Star Wars series. Helps that it definitely has a higher budget than Rebels and Resistance did. I'm not sure about Clone Wars. It probably had a bigger budget than the early seasons of the Clone Wars. But the quality of the animation was so good. There's several moments where or just like, wow, I can't believe the show looks this good. Because I'm honestly kind of used to animated TV shows, the animation not being up there with an animated movie. Obviously, the animation visuals weren't up there with like a recent Pixar movie or animated movie, but it definitely was up there in a TV animation. If you compare it to like recently on Disney Plus, Marvel What If animated show, and you definitely see just how much better the animation is for this series than What If. And the What If show seems like the budget definitely went more towards getting the actual actors to voice the characters. Anyways, that doesn't matter. I'm not talking about Marvel, and this isn't a Marvel channel. This is Star Wars. But the animation was great. Also, the score from Kevin Kiner was great, which was to be expected. The Clone Wars and Rebels scores were great also. So, you know, I fully expected to really love the score for this. And if you watch all my reviews, I always talk about how great the score is. I love, movie scores. So I'd probably say it's definitely my favorite like genre of music, I guess. You know, and I love all the Star Wars, scores. But some of the standouts are definitely obviously Omega's theme plays throughout the seasons a lot, but I really enjoy it. Obviously, then another one I quite liked was Cad Bane's theme, which played throughout his 2 episodes. I really enjoyed that. Obviously, there's like the Bad Batch's theme, what's from the Clone Wars, what played a couple times during the season. Wasn't as prominent, but I definitely was there, and I definitely do enjoy it. Also, quite liked how they used John Williams' original Star Wars themes throughout the season. Not using them a whole lot, but definitely use them in a more, I guess, subtle approach. Definitely in the episode War Mantle, and not using like some of the like obviously like super well known Star Wars themes from John Williams. I enjoyed using some of those that they used some of the not as prominent or well known themes. But yeah, there wasn't like a whole lot in this season what I didn't like. I quite enjoyed a good bit of it. The only thing I really had a major complaint about throughout the season was in the first episode at the start with Kanan's appearance. Mainly is because it kind of changed the story from what happened in the Kanan comic, and I liked the story more in the comic. I just really wasn't into the how it played out in the first episode, even though the rest of that first episode was phenomenal. But the first episode is probably my favorite episode of the season. I just didn't enjoy that as much. And I guess something that I guess some people might have a complaint about more is the amount of like cameos there were from pre-existing characters. But I normally have a problem with that, but for some reason, this is even for Rebels and whatnot too. It doesn't bother me as much in the animation. It just works for me better in the animated series, I guess. So yeah, and really the only one I really didn't like was the Kanan one. I enjoyed how all of them worked and whatnot. Honestly, I do feel like if like like Darth Vader or like they went to Corellia in the 6th episode, I believe it was. They met Han Solo, I would have been like but they weren't meeting characters like that throughout, and there's most of the characters made sense to me, but one thing, it also is kind of weird how they've met Kanan and Hera already before both those characters would meet. So it's funny. Obviously, that's not a complaint, but something I found funny. But yeah, and the season was 16 episodes, and there was only one episode I didn't really care for, and the main reason was because it didn't really have any major effects on the season. It had that I guess filler kind of vibe to it, but obviously, hopefully, it was setting stuff up for the next season, so it could be an episode you look back on a bit better in the future. But yeah, I quite enjoyed the season. Really out of all the I guess debut seasons, first seasons of all the Star Wars shows, The Mandalorian included, this is probably my favorite out of all the first seasons of like Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance, The Mandalorian, now The Bad Batch. The Bad Batch was my favorite. Obviously, out of all the seasons, of all those shows. It definitely wasn't my favorite season of any Star Wars show season, but I definitely did enjoy it out of all the season ones. So yeah, but anyways, I don't really have much else to say other than that. I'm really enjoyed this season, and and I'm very excited for the second season next year. But yeah. Anyways, my grade, I'll give it an A-. So yeah. And you can check out my reviews for episodes 1 through 16 of the series. I might do a video revisiting the Clone Wars arc soon. I don't know, but I will say I don't know if it'll be next week, but it'll be sometime soon. I'll be starting up Rebels reviews, going episode by episode, whatnot, soon. And like I said, maybe next week. I don't know. But I definitely do want to start that up, and there's not gonna be a whole lot coming out in the next couple months outside of Visions, before Book of Boba Fett comes out. So yeah, but anyways, rambling on now. So that's gonna be it for this one. I've been Starzine. I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Echo.
Hyperdrive's online.
Tick.
Prepping to jump.
Ricken.
Let's blow something up. Yeah!
And Crosshair.
Your move. Ha! We're all you need.
I want Clone